Hello everyone, it's me, Cheryl LoveSurvived. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. This is where I speak from my heart, mind, soul, and spirit, usually after definitely prayer and meditation, getting ready for the day. Today's a beautiful day, surely a beautiful day to love. So thank you for being here. What's on my mind today? Just putting, starting a new beginning, again, back at work, and some things that came to my mind as far as how my day goes, just loving every day and understanding the idea of being at peace, right? And that's the going topic right now, just being at peace and how to be at peace. Some of the things that were on my mind was really going through the idea that I am officially an empty nester, and all of my children are grown, and sometimes the thought of, the different things that are going on, and that ability to let go, and just, thinking to myself, was I a good mother? Okay. Am I a good mother? How do I let go? How do I not be so in tune to so much that's really the idea of my children growing, and they're growing, and you know what I came up with? They have a praying mother, right? They have a praying mother, and they're doing fine, and they're doing well, and I'm always there at the capacity to where I have to be strong and able, and making sure that I am keeping up with my health, all right? And so that's what I've been on, and that's what I wanted to really, really look at. And when I'm looking for that type of validation, I know that I need to look to God for all of it. So I am thankful. I'm so thankful for all of that. So I know I am loved. I am strong. I am beautiful. I'm intelligent. I am, I'm just thankful. I'm just putting that all in here, everything that I wrote down. All right. I also wrote a poem here. And it says, how will I know, right? This is something I wrote in March 2024. It says, be patient with yourself. You are on the right path. When you count the years, that's math. When you trust in God, that's faith. There's no limit, create. You are strengthened, you are stronger, and you become more beautiful when you continue to bring out the innate, okay? So, I probably spoke this out before, but it was on my heart today. Don't compare, don't complain, encourage and praise. Love who you are. Your life is in His name. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. So here we go. Okay. So the upbeat me, and I can pretty much tell when I can start off in a morning. And it's the first thing I do now is really just look in the mirror and look at myself and just be so thankful, and just whatever when I wake up in the spirit of like, okay, how can I make today better? How can I just continue to love more and be better, and and pray for others, and try to stay away from too much of what's the happenings in the world, but then of course pray for the world, because you can get into the news, and it really, well, I'm so sensitive. I care for people, right? And I love people, right? So and with everything, everybody wants everything just right so it can stop, and it just it's one of those things where we listen to God, and we listen to His calling for us, okay? And that's where I am at now. I wrote in my WordPress blog, lovesurvived.com, and I kept saying all day yesterday, I kept saying, oh, I didn't write yet for this month. I need to write for this month. And I have to beat the deadline. I have to beat the deadline to write for this month. So I was writing, and I put it down, and I picked it up again, and I took more time at it, and I said, okay, wow, I made the deadline. I made the deadline. And then when I looked it actually, I missed the deadline by the way it goes, and it goes a day after. And I looked at it and I said, so I missed this month. And it was it was something, because when I look back at the poem that I wrote, I saw more people looking at it than, in the first beginning, than any of the other ones. And so it was, when you look for, you don't look for it, but it's like when I was trying to just be on track with my own personal goals, we need to just go with the flow and let God work. Okay. Here's something I wrote yesterday. Another pause, not a setback, a step back to see that footprint, a blueprint of that life lived. Now live in love to see the good in each day, and in night be at peace. Much love. Okay. Much love. Okay. So I'll advance and I'll kind of read that a little better. But there it is. Another pause, not a setback. A step back to see that footprint, a blueprint of that life lived. Now live in love to see the good in each day, and in night be at peace. I kind of pause in that same area. Live in love. There it is. I'm going to circle that. Thank you for listening. This is Cheryl LoveSurvived.